Okay, we're here today to work on Chapter 8. I'm on page 310. I'm going to move through the commands pretty quickly with this little exercise to try and make it move quick. Feel free to stop the video if you ever get behind. Starting on page 310, we've opened the file, and the first thing we want to do is go to the first floor plan. So here's our first floor plan, and our first stair is going to be up at the front of the house here. This is going to be a little entry stoop, and what I'm going to do is go to the stair button. Now the book asks us to start with the stair sketch. That option is a little different now, and so I'm going to start with the run button, making sure that this button is highlighted. Over on page 312, we want to, after starting with the run button, we want to make a few settings. First thing we want to do is make sure that this is a monolithic stair, and so that means cast in place concrete, and I'm going to go ahead and click that. Then we want to change the constraints. Which level does it start on and which level does it end on? So I'm going to go, the base level is the site and the top level is first floor, and that just tells Revit how far to make this stair go. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set the width of the stairs to 4 feet. Now it would be nice if that was over here in the properties palette, but it is not. You come up to the options bar for that, and we're going to make the width 4, enter. Then the last thing I want to do is make sure the phasing is correct. Now even though that my view is showing the current phase is of the walls is existing, the current phase of the view is set to be new construction, and so I need to come here into the properties palette and change that to say existing for the stairs. And pay attention to this, because in a moment we're going to do some railings. We're going to see how this changes things. So we're all set to draw our stairs, and what we need to do is click 2 points. I'm going to click one here on the wall. The book is asking us to find the middle of that door. My application here is not finding the middle of the door. Instead, it's finding the middle of the wall. I'm going to go ahead and select that point, and then I'm going to drag my mouse straight down, and here in very faint gray letters we can see how many risers were created and how many are remaining. I just drag down until there are no more remaining. It says 0 remaining, and click a second time. So that's 2 clicks, one up above, a second one down below. The stair sketch is now finished. We're on page 313, and what we want to do is now adjust our railings. So when Revit draws stairs, it's going to draw railings right along at the same moment, but the railings are in fact a separate entity, and so they have their own properties, and right now we don't see any of those properties. Revit is going to use the default railing, and we're going to change that right now by clicking on the railing button, and we're going to say, hey, you know what, the railing, instead of default railing, we're going to use the handrails rectangular, and I'm going to go ahead and click OK to that. And now when I finish the stairs, it will draw the railings right at the same time. So I finish the stair sketch, and it finishes the stairs, draws the railings, and makes my model. Now let's take a look at this. If I select that stair, I'm not sure if it got to the right phase. It did. The stairs did. They looked like it reverted, but it did not. Now the railings, however, you'll see it says new construction, and so I'm going to grab both railings. I'm holding down Control to get both pieces at the same time, and I say phase created is not new construction, phase created is existing. So the reason it did this is because the view is currently set to a new construction view, and when it drew the railings, they're a separate entity, and so even though it's all done with one command inside the stair button, it creates the railings on the current view settings, and so we have to come back in here and change that to say existing as well and apply that. Okay, so that draws us stairs, that draws us railings. They're all in the existing condition. If we had wanted to make sure they were all existing before that, we could have come down here to the bottom and changed our phase filter to say existing before we started the stair command, and that would have drawn both of them with the current setting for the view that we see here. Alright, so that's the first stair. Let's look at this in east elevation, and When we go look at that in the east elevation, we say, oh shoot, the stairs are in fact facing the wrong direction. So what we can do is, if we select that stair, you have to select the stair, not the railing. But if you select the stair, there is a very discreet little arrowhead here. I think it shows up a little bit better in plan. Yeah, we can see it better in plan. And that actually changes the direction of the stair. So very simply, all we have to do is click that little flip button. I'm going to go back to the east elevation. I'm going to click it here so it's more obvious what's happening. And the stairs flip to the other side. Click out in space to let them go. Now, there is one small little adjustment we need to make here. We can see right now the ground is down here, but the stair is up here, and there's a gap. The stairs don't come down and touch the ground. So we need to modify that topography as well. If I select the topography, I'm going to go to Edit Surface. Now here's a weird instance where the view is not, we're not prompted to change the view we're in. So the surface is best operated on from a plan view. So looking at my plan views, the best one to operate on the topography is the site view. Open that up. Each of these little dots now has an elevation, an absolute elevation, and what they've done here is left an area right around the stairs for us to play with. We're going to add 4 new little dots. Click Place Point. I'm going to set my elevation to -3 foot 1, and that's an absolute elevation. And then I can place a few dots right around my stairs. I'm going to go ahead and place 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. It's going to raise up a little area of my project right here in front of those stairs. When I click Finish, you don't notice it right away, but let's go look at the east elevation. And we can see now the soil does come up and touch the bottom of the stairs. And that's the first staircase we have to draw.